Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the life of Buddha. Siddhartha was born in Lumbini village of Kapilavastu in a country called Nepal. He was born in around 563 BCE and his father was the chief of Shakya Kshatriya clan. Before Siddhartha was even born, it is believed that a Brahmin had prophesied that either the child will become a great ruler or a great sage. Thereafter, his father was so worried that in order to prevent his son from becoming an ascetic or a holy man or a sage, he kept his son in confines of the palace. Siddharth grew up as a young boy in princely luxury, in a lot of care, as well as he also was entertained by many beautiful girls, as well as trained in archery, swordsmanship, wrestling, swimming, running, etc. He had all the possible comforts in life and did not require anything else. Young Siddharth had never come out of the palace or seen any kind of misery in his life. At a very young age, Siddharth married Yashodhara, who was the princess and the stepdaughter of Kolya king Supabuddha and Queen Amita. Yashodhara soon bore him a son called Rahula. Siddharth had everything. He had luxury, palace, wife, and son. Yet he was quite dissatisfied and did not know what to do. He had an urge to know more about life. Out of his inquisitiveness and idleness, he asked his charioteer Chandaka to take him outside of his palace. When he was 29 years old, Siddharth went outside of his palace and he saw four signs. Along his way, he had come across an old man and a sick man, a corpse being taken for cremation, as well as an ascetic, a monk who was sitting in meditation under a tree. All these four signs were in succession, which made Siddharth more curious. His charioteer Chandaka explained him about the nature of being aged and also being ill, and then finally meeting the death and also the life of an ascetic. Amongst all these cycles of life and death, Siddharth was influenced and attracted towards the life of the monk or the sage who was sitting under the tree and meditating. He decided to find meaning to his life and also finding all the questions which aroused in his mind, and also was fully determined to help his people. Thereafter, one day he took firm decision to renounce the luxurious life that he was living. He left all his luxuries, his palace, his wife, as well as his son. This period was called as the Great Renunciation. Thereafter, he started his spiritual journey. The spiritual awakening of Siddharth is referred to as Samvega. He left the palace with his horse Kanthaka, and then he started journeying around in forests and through various places in search of spiritual awakening and enlightenment. For the next 6 years, he wandered from place to place. This is called as Sramana movement. He disciplined his body through fasting. Siddharth attained enlightenment and was called as Gautam Buddha beneath a tree which is called as Bodhi tree. And under this tree he meditated for 7 days and 7 nights without moving into a state of bliss. This process was repeated 7 times for a total of 49 days until he obtained Bodhisattva. Religion which Gautam Buddha preached was called as Buddhism. He started preaching his followers, and there were thousands of people who got motivated and began to follow, inspired by him. Gautam Buddha preached simple living and techniques to follow a fulfilled life. The first sermon which he took was at Deer Park in Sarnath. For the rest 45 years of his life, he spent traveling and preaching. Jataka Tales is a collection of Buddha's preachings as well as his stories which are related to him. 547 stories are there which forms a part of Buddhist literature. Jataka tales have also been a source of 32 stone carvings which were from the 2nd century BCE. These are the stone carvings which are found in the stupa of Bharhut in northeastern Madhya Pradesh. The 15 stupa carvings also depict the last life of Gautam Buddha. There is also a famous poem which is called as Buddha Charita. Buddha Charita is about acts and beliefs as well as preachings of Gautam Buddha. It was written by Ashwaghosha. Buddhism not only spread in Nepal but in other countries like Bhutan, Myanmar or Burma, in Sri Lanka as well as in India and China. Gautam Buddha died from an illness which is unknown and he died at Kushinagar. The Bodhi tree, which is a sacred fig tree under which he attained enlightenment, is in Bodh Gaya in Bihar, which is restored.